Hey lovers, I'm back. You guys already know I start every video by saying thank you so much to everyone who watches and comments on my content. I appreciate you guys so much. If you've enjoyed your content, don't forget to subscribe to your girl. The wind outside is so amazing today. I feel like I'm in a movie. But let's get into today's video, right? Today I wanted to talk about, you remember when you was a kid and you used to want to go to your friend's house all the time and sleep over your friend's house and just be over there every day, all day, and your parents used to be like, don't overstay, you're welcome, don't outstay, you're welcome, like come home, like know when to come home. And you used to be like, no, they said it was okay, and your parents were like, no, come home, right? Listen, that's the same thing to me, like that applies in some of your relationships. You gotta know when that shit is just dead, that shit is just over, you have outstayed your welcome, you are no longer welcome, and you can feel it when you're just not supposed to be here anymore. Like you can feel it when it's just time for you to go. It's just that feeling that like it's like no other. It just hits you one day like, I don't belong here anymore. I just don't belong here anymore. And when you get that feeling, don't think about it, don't question it, get your ass up and go, because that feeling is something deep down inside of you telling you that you're not settled here. You will never feel settled here. This will never feel like a home to you. You are not wanted, you are not welcome here, and this is why you can't thrive here. This is why you're not growing, because you're trying to stay in a place where you don't fit. Don't do that to yourself, okay? And trust me, if you've dated, if you've been in these relationships, you know that feeling where it's like, I love them, but this don't feel right. Like, this is not me. The moment you start saying, like, this is not me, you have to remove yourself. You have to go where you're welcome. You have to go where you're celebrated. You have to go where you're watered, okay? And you just know when this is not it. And that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking, because a lot of times we force things because we want it to be what we want, but in reality, it's nothing like we want. In reality, we don't belong here. But a lot of us live in our head. A lot of us live in potential. A lot of us live on what it could be. A lot of us are not focused on what it currently is. Because if you got out your head, if you got out of that dream world, if you stepped into reality for just a minute, you would realize, I ain't never had no business being here. I never felt like home here. I don't know what I did. I created a whole different adventure because this is not it. And that's okay, but I don't want you guys to feel stuck, and I don't want you to stay in places longer than you need to be, because that's a terrible feeling. That's a terrible feeling. And when it finally settles in that you don't belong here, you need to be somebody else, because being in a situation and realizing like, shit, I don't belong here, I don't feel good here, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And trust me, I broke my own heart a lot of times, but the worst heartbreak was being in these relationships and just realizing no matter what I did, no matter what I said, it wasn't gonna work. And it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. And the hardest part was believing it wasn't my fault, because naturally you want to take all the blame, because when you take all the blame, you can fix it, right? If I say it's all my fault, I can fix it. But if they don't want it, they don't want it. If it's not you, it's not you. If you're not supposed to be here, you will never fit here, okay? So you can lie to yourself for 5 more years, or you can put on your big boy or big girl boxes and panties and get up and go somewhere else. But you will never feel at home. You will never feel safe at a place that you don't belong. So that's all I wanted to say, you guys. Don't outwear your welcome. You know when it's time to go. You can literally feel it in your skin, in your bones. Like, it's just like, it eats you up. Don't let that be you. And the moment you feel that is everything in your being telling you to get up out of here and go find yourself. Go where you are welcomed. Go where you are celebrated. But that's literally all I wanted to say, guys. I could talk about that all day because I'm so passionate about that. But it's so crazy. Like, when you get older, a lot of the things that your parents say applies to everything in life. But you know, this is our love page, so we keep it tied into the love thing. But yeah, I remember being told that a lot as a kid. Like, come home, come home, come home. Never outstay your welcome, you know? And I've done it so many times in relationships, but I won't do it again, because when you know better, you do better. And once you know what you know, you just can't ignore it. So when you get that feeling, you cannot ignore it, because it won't be good for you. Remember, this time we're choosing ourselves. This time we're saving ourselves. So, you know, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And like always, if you have anything to contribute to this love conversation, I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to hear your story.